everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do my Shop My Stash project 10 uses update. I debated whether I should just skip this month and do next month, but there are quite a lot of products that I have done 10 times or more and I want to roll them out, and I just thought I would film it. You know, why not? So let's get into it because these videos are super long. But yeah, it's basically I go through all the products that I've used this last month. Have I hit 10 uses? If I have, then I can roll it out. If I haven't, then I stick it around, and then I do a Shop My Stash sort of towards the middle of the video. Sometimes it's a little bit to the end, but depending on how much I talk. So let's get into it. I do have, yeah, as I said, quite a lot rolling out. I'm going to start from, it's all stacked, so I'm just going to start from what I see first, and then we'll go through the rest. So the first one I have is this MAC blush. This is the Fairly Precious Extra Dimension blush. This one I have used 11 times. I have it on today. It is absolutely stunning. Probably one of my favorite blushes that I have in my collection. It is just really beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I use it just as a blush on its own, or I have been putting it over other blushes, and it just adds a beautiful shine, and I really like the colour. So I'm very happy that I bought this because I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it. I just bought it on a whim, and I'm very happy that I did. Next up, I've got the NYX HD Finishing Powder. This one I have used 17 times this month. I am starting, I don't know if you're going to be able to see on camera, but I'm starting to see the little tiny ring underneath the powder. So if I had kept this in another month, I probably would hit pan, which is exciting, but it's fine. I'll roll it out and roll something new in. Just want to give my other powders some love. But I know that when I first got this, I was like, it's alright. I actually really like it. I understand the hype. So I imagine this will be one of my staples. If I finish it, I'll probably repurchase it because I really do enjoy it, and it doesn't look too thick on my skin, which is really nice. Next up, I've got my Revlon blush. This is the shade 3 Mobulous. I had this in last month. So last month I had used this, if I can find it, 4 times. This month I've used it 6 times, a total of 10 times. This is another one that I really would like to hit pan on. I am getting a little tiny slow dent forming in the middle there, and it would be really nice to hit pan on it. It's not my favorite blush because as much as I enjoy the colour, it does look patchy on my skin sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it can look a little bit patchy and it lifts off, which is not great. But because I'm starting to get that dip, I don't know, it's making me excited that I could potentially hit pan on it in the new year. So that might be rolling into a project. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next year yet. Next up, I've got my Beauty Bay highlighter. Now this one has gone through a journey. I really didn't like this, but I actually kind of like it now. I used it 4 times this month. I had it in the project. Last month I used it 6 times, a total of 10 times. I kind of forced myself to use it, but the last couple of times I've been using it, I've actually enjoyed it. Initially I was just using it in my inner corner because I just thought it was too blinding to put on my cheeks, but I have been using it on my cheeks and I do like it. I have the shade Glaze, and yeah, I don't mind it. It was like in the back of my head, it was a chopping block item, but I don't think it's going to be an item that I want to declutter, so that's good. But yeah, hit my 10 uses, so I'm going to be rolling this one out. Next up, I've got my Ofra Duo. This one I had in last month as well. Last month I used it 6 times. This month I've used it 5 times. I just wanted to get some more use out of it. I did track how many times I used each of these, but I didn't need to use each of them a certain amount of time. So I used the blush 3 times this month, and I used the highlighter twice. Again, I really like this blush actually. I like the color of it, and the highlighter is really good in a corner. So it actually serves a good use for me, and I do enjoy it, but I will be rolling it out. Then we've got my Franken bronzer here. This was originally, and most of the product still is Revolution. It's their Revolution Glow Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer in the shade Light. I tried to make it lighter when I frankened it, and I also added some highlighter to it, so it's more shimmery and less matte. And I really enjoy it. I really like it. There's just so much product in here, so obviously I rolled it in because I wanted to get some more use out of it. Why am I holding it such a funny way? Okay, there. It's just because it falls. There we go. This one I have used 13 times this month. So really enjoyed it. It smells great because the highlighter that I mixed with it is a Kiko Milano highlighter. And those always smell really nice. It's kind of like coconutty. It's really, really nice. Okay, next up I've got my most expensive bronzer here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. This is the newest one, and it was new to me because I just bought this in September and I wanted to use it, and I've used it now for a good many uses. I've completely rubbed off the CT because it had Charlotte Tilbury sort of initials in the middle there, and those are gone. This one I've used 11 times. I like it, I really do, and I think it's a beautiful bronzer when I put it on right. There were a few days when it just didn't look good, and I think that's like user error. I don't think it's the actual formula itself. But it is up there in terms of like, I've only got 3 cream bronzers at this point, but it's like on par with the ABH cream bronzer in my opinion. I think the color is actually nicer than the ABH one. I have the shade Amber in ABH, and that's a little bit warm. This is very much cool tone, beautiful puff, like a cool tone neutral. It's perfect for me, and I really like it, so yeah. Next up, I've got this. This is the Sculpt Power from W7. It is the Benefit dupe face palette, and this bronzer I actually really like as well. So I've been working on some bronzers that I really enjoyed this month. This one I have on today, I've just really enjoyed it. So the face palette in total I've used 12 times. I did want to use every single shade at least once, but I didn't have a goal of how many times I wanted to use them. So the bronzer I've actually used 9 times. This shade called Cheeky, which is like a blush topper, I have used 3 times. The highlighter I only used once. I just have too many highlighters I'm working on, so I used it once to try it, and it's nice. It's actually a really nice highlighter. I just had other ones that I wanted to work on, and this blush is beautiful. Again, I have it on today. I really like this blush. This one I've used 9 times, so I really like the bronzer and the blush. I use this obviously the 3 times, but these 2 in particular are the ones that I gravitated the most. They are the mattes in the palette, and you can't really tell that I've used them at all, but there is a little bit of disturbance, but I think there's a lot of product in here, and I'm excited because I really like it, so that was a good buy. Next up, I've got an eyeshadow palette. This is the Neon eyeshadow palette from Primark. It's the green one, and I had this in the project last month. So with my eyeshadow palettes, I want to use them at least 5 times. It used to be 10 times, but I've changed it to 5 because I was just working on too many eyeshadow palettes. So 5 times at least minimum, and then every single shade at least once. So last month I used the palette 3 times, so I hadn't hit my goal and I hadn't used every single shade. I've used every single shade now, and I've used it 2 more times. So I've used it 5 times in total. I just haven't been wearing a lot of green, so I kind of needed to get it out, and so the 2 times was more than enough for me. But yeah, I'll put up on the screen which shades I used and what they looked like last time and the total, but it really wasn't a lot. To be honest, I was going to declutter this, but I think some of these shades are actually decent. You know, you just have to bear in mind, obviously it's Primark, so I always say that, you know, they're good, but they're good for Primark. But if you compare them to any other brand, they're not very good. But I don't want to declutter them because I don't really have these types of greens in other palettes. Like these up here are very interesting, and I really like this middle one. The shimmers aren't that great, but I can work with them. So I did think about depotting this early in the year, but I just don't think I want to. I'm just going to keep it as its own. But yeah, moving on, we have another eyeshadow palette that I'm rolling out. This is the Fête de Provence from Nomad. I did do a 3 looks, or was it 4 looks? I think it was 4 looks, 1 palette video that nobody went to go look at, but it is live on my channel if you want to go see. But I like this palette. It's not my favorite November palette that I have, but it did grow on me and I really did enjoy doing the looks. Same thing with this one. I wanted to use, sorry, I might have moved camera because I had to make some space because I hadn't deleted all my old videos, and then it suddenly went black and I was like, memory card full, so I was like, oopsies. But this one, yeah, I needed to use it 5 times. I had it in the project last month. Last month I used it twice. This month I've used it 3 times, or like since the last update I've used it 3 times. And I have used every single shade now at least once. I put up on the screen what it looked like when I rolled it in and what it looks like now in my uses. But yeah, I do enjoy it, like I said, but this one I'm happy to roll out because I have some other palettes that I just have neglected completely, haven't even used them. I bought them and I haven't never even like... So that's what's happened just then. Yeah, that's great. Also, this one fell too, but let's see. This one is still intact. Okay, that's good. Okay, mirror is not broken, but this is, oh my gosh, smashed to pieces. Okay, I'll worry about that in a moment. Right, so normally I could blame my son for things like that, but he's not around. He's at he's at nursery, so that was all me. I was just trying to, like, you know, organize stuff on this side to make some room for all the stuff I'm going to be talking about, but obviously it did not work out. Oh, that's a shame. You know, it's a Franken bronzer. I don't know if I can salvage it. It's on the floor and that'd be kind of gross. I don't know. I think I might just chuck that, but that is a little bit of a shame because there's so much product in there. But you saw I used a lot of it. Okay, anyway, moving on. So we've got this one. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Matte Setting Spray. This one I have used 12 times. I'm going to be rolling it out. I do like it. I don't really like the spray. The spray is not that great, but it does set my face, so that's good. Then I've got my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched face base. This one was so expensive, but I wanted to buy it for the longest time and I went ahead and bought it in September, and I'm glad I did. I've used it 10 times only just because I'm working on so many other primers. I would have used it a lot more, but I forced myself to use another primer instead of it, just because I had to. But yeah, I really like this. I really like the smell. So that one is going to be rolling out. This is horrible, and this is one of the primers that I forced myself to use. This is the Jelly Pop primer from ELF. This one I had in the project last month. I used it 4 times last month. This month I forced myself and I used it 6 times to get the 10 uses, but I think I'm going to declutter this. I don't know. It's on the chopping block. I really hate it. I hate the consistency. It's not even like you know, I don't like gripping primers, but I didn't hate the Milk Hydro Grip Primer as much as I hate this one. I just hate this. I hate all of their watermelon range. And I know Misty really likes the cleanser. I had the cleanser. I didn't like it either. So I don't know. I just don't like their range. So that's a shame. But I have used it 10 times, so it's rolling out. Then I worked on this one. This is the In Real Life Filter Foundation from Revolution. This one I've really enjoyed. It's very matte, so I have to make sure I'm using a dewy primer, which I'm working on an oil-based primer, which really works with this. This one I used 22 times since the last update. It did actually start to window, but I did shake it up, but I could start seeing some windowings. I was like, well, hold on a minute, it can't be done yet. I think it was, I don't know, the way the packaging is, but I really do like it. I don't feel like it's too drying, but if my skin is very dry, yeah, I need to make sure my skin is not super dry before I put this on, but I do enjoy it. So that one is going out. And then I've got just a few more, and then everything else is staying. So this one, the Candid Revolution Concealer. This one I have used 11 times, so it's staying. out. Not my favorite concealer, but you know, I got some use out of it. My Nomad lip gloss. I can't remember the name of this one. I got the whole set, and oh, I swear none of them have the name on them, and if they do, I can't. Oh, this one is in Miel, so in honey. Okay, they do have the name, I just didn't read it until now. This one is rolling out. I have used this 5 times this month. I had it in last month and I used it 5 times last month. It's really beautiful. You'd think it was like a pinky nude, but it has a reflex of gold. It's really, really lovely. Hence the name, you know, the honey name. So anyway, moving on, I've got my Max Factor lipstick. This one I've used 6 times. I had it in last month. Last month I used it 5 times. I used it 11 times actually in total, and that's what it's looking like. To be honest, not much left. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I like to sheer it out. It's very shiny if you don't sheer it out, and I don't really like the shininess, the uber shininess of it. It's one of the high shine lipsticks. I like it more when that's kind of gone away and you just have the base. The base is really nice. And then I have the Ciate London Definer Liner. Does this have a name? This is I don't know if this has a name, but it's like a champagne-y color. And this one I had in last time. I used it 3 times this month. Last month I had used it 7 times. I've used it 10 times in total, so that one is rolling out. Okay, that's everything that's rolling out, and then I'll try to whiz through everything that's staying. So we've got this gel liner from Colourpop. This is in the shade Amethyst Hour, and this one I've used 8 times, but I will keep it in. I'll try to get the 10 uses, so that one is staying in. Then I've got 2 of these Maybelline lifter glosses. I really like these. I really like these. I really like them. One in particular, this one, yeah, Amber shade. This one is beautiful. I've used this 5 times though. I feel like I used it more, but I've only marked down 5 times, staying in. And then this one is in the shade Wreath. And this one I've used 3 times, so that one's staying in, so because I want to get my 10 uses. This smoothie stick, I actually have it on today. This is from the Beauty Crop, and this one I have used 7 times. I want to get my 10 uses, but really love it. It's in Saucy Marcella, and I just like the formula. It's kind of creamy. It's a creamy lipstick. I like it. And then this is my other Nomad lip gloss. It's a purpley lip gloss, and I'm trying desperately to get through it, but it's, you know, it's a purple lip gloss. This is called In Lavande, which is in lavender, and this one I've used 4 times this month. Last month I used it 3 times, so only need to use 3 more times this month, but I figured let me just keep it in and do that. And then I have my MAC eyeshadow. Sorry, these things are moving and I really don't want other things to break. Okay, then I have my MAC eyeshadow that I rolled in last time. This one I've used 5 times. This is to the shade I Like to Watch, and it's a really beautiful like reflex shade. I just pop it on the lid when I'm doing a neutral look, and it adds that va-va-voom that I like. It has like that green flip, so I really enjoy that. But I need to use it 5 more times. And then this Rimmel blush, to be honest, when I use it, I actually like it. This is in Majestic Pink, but I just keep forgetting to use it. You can see like I've kind of dug in there with my finger, but I just barely use it. I've only used it once this month, and last month I used it 4 times. And I think I had it in the project the month before, and I had only used it once, so I haven't hit my 10 uses yet. I don't know if I should declutter it at this point, because even if I like it when I use it, I have no inclination to use it. I have no desire to use it. I just don't want to use it. So what do I do about it? I'm going to keep it in, but if I only use it 1 more time, I think I just need to declutter it, to be honest, because there's no point in me having makeup that I just don't enjoy. Next up, I've got my Ofra face palette here. This one I've used 7 times, and I've used every single one at least once. This first one I usually just, like the color wheel one, I usually just use this lighter one. I've used that twice. I've used this one 5 times. This one I use this in a corner. It's really nice. This one I've used once, and this one I've used once. But yeah, as a palette itself, I need to use it just a few more times, 3 more times exactly. And then I've got some palettes here. This is the Hydra Turtle palette from Revolution. This one, I had it in the project last month and I had only used it twice. This month I used it 3 times. Normally that would be, you know, that would allow me to roll it out, but I have not used every single shade, so I can't roll it out yet. So it's staying in. I think mostly the blues and the greens I haven't touched because I haven't done a lot of blues and green looks lately. It's all been very warm looks that I've done, so I might struggle with this one just because of the time of year. I'm just not pulling for these colors right now, but that one needs to stay in. Next up, I have the Dreamy palette from Nabla. I actually really like this. I know I was giving it bad, like I was like saying, why did I buy this, blah blah blah, but I think it's so beautiful and I really love the quality. This one I've used 5 times and I just rolled it in last time, but I haven't used every single shade at least once. I haven't used these 2 shades and I haven't used that one or that one. So if I had just done one look with all of those, then I could be rolling out, but no, I'm going to keep it in. I've really enjoyed it. I used this one to deepen out my look today and I think I popped this one right in the center. So I just use it, you know, here and now when I want to. I haven't actually done a complete look with it in a while. Maybe the first look that I did with it was a complete look, but other times I've just been adding 1 or 2 shades. But yeah, I do have 4 shades that I still need to work on. So that one is staying in and I just dug my finger in there. This is like a whole hot mess of a video. And then the last palette that I have is the Equalizer Volume 2 from Sample Beauty. This one I just rolled in last month. I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere near my goals on it because it is a very big palette. It's got how many shades? 30 shades. And I've only used it twice. So, but I just wanted to show you this is what it's looking like. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what shades I used. I mean, I put up on the screen as always, but telling you right now, I can't remember. I did actually use this shade yesterday. I remember that one. Oh yeah, I used that one and that one yesterday because I did a purple look. But otherwise, there's a lot of shades in here that I still have yet to use. So that's everything that's staying in. And now we can go shop my stash. But yeah, I'm going to leave that mess there for future Gabby to figure out what to do with. Alright, so I kind of want to get some liquid lipsticks. I did try this one time this month and I kind of liked it. This is from Model's Own and it is the Candy Cane shade. So I think that is a good shade for me to use. I also want to pull this one. This is the Lancome. Does this have a name? It might have a name, but I honestly can't read it. But I just feel like pulling some red ones out. Can't speak right now. And I also want to take some more lipsticks out because I feel like I had too many lip glosses the last month or so. And I really want to take some deeper shades. I kind of, do I want to do pink? I think I'm going to pull this out. This is a MAC lipstick. And I kind of just want to have variety. So this is Lovelorn. But I also want to pull like a deeper shade. What is this one? This is deep. Yeah, maybe I'll pull this one. This is from Odenseye. It's called Love Jasmine. I think I want to pull this one out as well. I think that'd be a nice color to use right now. And maybe one of my Becca's. I have a dark one. This is Garnet. Maybe pull this one out as well. Yeah, I think I want to pull that one out. But I also think I want a nude. So maybe this Clinique. This is the Bear Pop. I don't know. That's not very nudie. I think I want something that's a little bit more nude than that. That's nude. I've done that one recently. I don't have that many nude shades. I do have a ColourPop I haven't used. I've got this Caramello one, and I've also got this one Maybe I'll pull this Caramella, although I think this is more pink. Yeah, this is quite pink. No, I don't want to pull that one right now. Oh my gosh, I don't really have any nude shades. Interesting. The red. What is this one? Ooh, that's nice. I'm gonna pull this. This is number 7. This looks really nice. What is this shade? Called Rose Mist. I think I'm just going to pull these. It's probably way too much, but I'm going to pull those for now. And I don't think I'm going to pull any lip glosses because I have some lip glosses. Although I could pull this. Oh yeah, I'm going to pull this. This is the High Gloss Balm from Kimchi. And I really liked the other one that I had, which is this one. So I'm going to pull this one. This is in the shade Cherry. Oh, and also, yeah, I've never tried this. I'm going to try this. This is Milky from NYX Salted Caramel Shake. Maybe this is the nude I've been looking for. So I'm going to pull that one as well. Oh my gosh, that is a lot. Probably too much, but anyway, moving on. All right, so in this drawer, I need to pull a foundation. I kind of want to give this another try because I don't know how I feel about it. So, actually, no. Do I want to pull this one now, or do I want to... No, let me pull this one. This one's almost done. I'm going to pull the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Do I? Or this one. This one is a good shade for me right now. I'm going to pull this one, the Maybelline 30 Hour Foundation. Primers. I kind of want to try this one. I'm going to try the NYX Plump Right Back with electrolytes. So yeah, see what that's like. Yeah, I think that's probably too many primers. Oh my gosh, I cannot do. And then here I want to do, I kind of want to pull a color corrector, so I'm going to pull this. This is the CBD color corrector from Primark. I really like it. And I also want to pull concealer. Which concealer do I want? I'm going to pull this one. My ABH concealer, because I like it, but I don't really remember. So I think I want to pull that. And then powder-wise, I'm going to go for this one, even though it smells. This is the Nabla Close-Up. It's a nice powder. It just smells like cheesy feet. It's horrible, but I'm going to pull it anyway because I want to get some use out of it. Alright, so here are all my cheek items. So, I actually put a section here for eyebrows, even though I don't do anything for my eyebrows because I've ended up with a lot of stuff for eyebrows, unfortunately. Most of this I haven't actually bought myself, I just keep getting them. But I'm going to... I haven't thought about this. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I've been really enjoying powder bronzer. Actually, let me pick a face palette first. Okay, let me see if I want to use any of these face palettes because that will determine what type of bronzer I want to take. Okay, so I haven't used this, so I'm going to pull this. This is the Revlon Galaxy Dream Holographic Highlighting Palette. Oh my gosh, why won't you focus? There you go. Thank you for focusing. And it looks like this. Focus. Okay, my camera does not want to focus today. That looks like that. And I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to pull that. But obviously that's not bronzers. Don't want to pull that. I might pull my Belgian Waffle. I feel like it hasn't been that long since I've used it, but I think I want to pull it actually. Do I want to pull this? Do I want to use you? It's a really nice bronzer for this. Yeah, I'm going to pull this. Okay, so back up to cheeks. All right, so let's get a cream bronzer. I'm going to pull the ABH one. This is in the shade Amber. It is a little bit more warm tone than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I haven't used it in a really long time, so I want to get some use out of it. And I do really like it. Tons of highlighters. I've just pulled a highlighter palette. So do I want to pull an actual individual highlighter? Probably not. Yeah, probably not, to be honest, at this point. I don't think I'm going to want to work on any of those. And then powder bronzer, No, I'm not, because I've got 3 in there. So let's pick some blush. I've got a bunch of Ofra stuff because they sent it in the cohorted box and I finally got it all, but I think I'm going to, like, this is a highlighter. Actually, this is not bad. This is, it's got like, it's like a duo. What does it look like? Oh, it's 4. But because I've got the Ofra palette in already, I'm not going to pull any of these because it would just be simply too much. They must have a deal with the cohorted because I've done like 2 different special boxes with them now. And then this one I think is a, yeah, it's a really deep blusher bronzer. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I might get rid of it because it's too dark for me. Okay, so blush, I think, let me just think of the ones that I haven't used. I've never used this. This is, this was €1.99. It's called the Yes Love Blush Palette. Oh my gosh. I couldn't tell you where it's from. It's from the Chinese store. I'm going to pull this because I've swatched it. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to pull this one out. Let's see, I also have a few others that I neglect all the time. So I'm going to pull this, the NYX Sweet Cheeks, out as well. This is in the shade Daydream. This is the shimmery one, not their matte ones. I really want to get that out and use it. And then I also want to use, what's something else that I neglect all the time? Is there anything else that I just never use? No, I mean, I use these decently, I think. Alright, so in here, I think I'm going to pull black. I did use this at one point in my waterline because I needed it and I didn't have a black. So I'm just going to pull black to use them when I need to. This is from Lord & Berry. It's just a simple black eyeliner, but you know, it's small and I figured, well, let's see if I can get some use out of it. I'm also going to pull a mascara because I finished the mascara I was working on. So I have a few mascara that I can pull from. None of these have been opened, but I'm going to pull this one. I've had this up in a long time. Somebody said that it's going to be all dried out by now. I haven't opened it, but they're like, well, if it's that old, it's going to be dry. This is the Yves Saint Laurent. It's just their normal mascara, but it is my favorite mascara of all time. So I'm really hoping it hasn't dried out. But if it has, it's better for me to know now. So I'm going to pull this one out. And then I think in terms of spray, I'm going to try this one. This is the Dewy Fixer Setting Spray, and it's long lasting. So it's from W7. I'm going to take that one out. Okay, so in here, let me think about this. I have the Dreamy palette from Nabla that I just need to use 4 more shades. So I can do that in one look and then I'm done with that one. There's a few palettes that I've been thinking of using. And I think I want to pull this one out. I know that I've said I don't like this one from Sigma, the Corda Rosa. It was really, really disappointing, but I really want to pull it out for this time of year. I've just been thinking about it, so oops, there's this one I'm going to pull out. I also want to pull this one, the Dangerous Love Revolution. This is the Batman one. I bought this and I haven't even used it. So this one I want to pull out as well. Again, it's more neutral than mauve, but I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it, but I'm going to pull that one. Let me just think if there's anything else in this drawer. Because there's another one I know in the other drawer that oh, you know what? This is so annoying because I was also wanting to pull this one out too, the Flutterby from Colourpop. I wanted to give it another go. Do I want that one instead of this one? Maybe I'll pull the Flutterby instead of this one, but I've never tried this one. But I already have a Revolution in my Shop My Stash, so let me pull this one and use it again. Because I'm already working on a Revolution palette, so yeah. I'll try that another time. I know that's bad, but I just wanted to use the Flutterby a little bit more than that one, and I think that's it for this drawer. Oh no, wait, I want to use this one as well. I really want to use palettes that I haven't used in a while, and this one I haven't used in a while. It's a bit more warm tone. So what do you think? That one, and that one. Maybe not the corduroy. Oh, but they're all mauves. You kind of know what I'm going for, right? But I want a variety. I could just pull these two. Okay, maybe not the Corderosa. I'm not going to do the Corderosa for now. I want to pull these two because I want to pull this one. This is from Primark. It's called the Untamed Panther. Look at that. I want to pull that. I really want to use this. And then I also want to use this Dubious Place because I bought this recently. It's called the Rebel Mints. And I want to try it out. So yeah, I'm going to take those 4. Alright, so I have a little sort of makeup area here. I used to put everything right up in front of me, but my son kept grabbing everything. So I put things in drawers. So this is all of my Shop My Stash and also my project pan items. So you'll see some Panos eyeshadow palettes over here. All my Zodiac palettes are all over here. These are all my Shop My Stash palettes. And then I have everything else kind of mixed together. I have all my sort of cheek products here, my foundations, primers, and concealers here. And then I have all of my lip products here, and then a few more sort of cheek items. Just these are like really small items in here. And it's kind of worked for me. I also have my brushes up here, and then I've popped over the YSL here. And also I need to finish up this liner, and then I have the black liner to put there as well. Let me just change it up a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, that is kind of my setup, and I usually put my Huggies in here, and then it's all nice and tidy and put away, and then my son doesn't need to grab anything. But no, I'm excited about all these palettes. I have these two that I've never used before. The Untamed Panther and the Dubious Place, never used them. Flutterby I have barely used, same for the Pixie, haven't used it not. And then the Dreamy palette from Nabla I should probably finish in a couple, two more uses. And then the Hydra Turtle, that's kind of dependent on me, and Equalizer will probably be here for a while. But yeah, I've got these two. You'll recognize these from my project pans. They're all sticking there. I've got this one for my Partners in Cream is there, and then a few others. It works for me. I'm happy with it. And yeah, that was my Shop My Stash. So hopefully I get my 10 uses or more on all of these items, and I might roll this over to January, or I might film another one come December, who knows. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.